Do we even have the same surf fatigue comparing to the Western world?
And you're looking for pipeline, you can find barrels here.
You, as a foreigner, do you feel that you have been treated differently? If you're thinking of coming to Japan on your next surf trip, this video should definitely help you to determine if Japan is a spot for you.
And also guide you when you're coming here to surf.
So stay tuned.
Yeah, so let's start.
Welcome to Stuff in Japan.
This is our third episode, right?
It's our third episode.
Yeah, it's so exciting. And thank you so much, you guys that watched our previous two videos. We appreciate it so much.
Yeah, we are quite new on this podcast YouTube community, and we got 22 subscribers.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Thank
guys.
you so much. And today we will talk about surfing.
Finally, we're talking about surfing
in
Japan.
In Japan, because this is our biggest passion.
Of course, and we are gonna talk about Japan's wave consistency and how the waves look like here, and finally the culture of it here. So stay tuned.
Yeah, so let's start.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Before we jump into this topic, we gotta earn some credibility.
Exactly.
Right. So
right.
How many years have you been surfing for, Josephine?
I've been surfing about 6 years now.
6 years.
2 years in California, Santa Barbara, 2 years in Hawaii, and now more than 2 to 3 years here in Miyazaki.
Right.
What about you, Jose?
About me, 10 years. In 8 years, seriously. 4 years in Santa Barbara, and a little bit more than half a year in Hawaii, and the rest of my surfing career in Japan.
Yeah, that's great.
Right, so let's talk about the wave consistency.
Yes.
How many seasons have you been in Japan?
Have been here about 2 to 3 years, so I'm on my third season here in Japan.
Right on. And how do you feel about our consistency?
Okay, so you definitely have surf season here, so that definitely starts on March, going through April and May, and then June gets not that good because it's rain season.
Yeah.
And it's quite flat. July is a little bit guessing. End of August, September, and October is the typhoon season. That's when you get the biggest swell coming here. So that season is really good. October is a super nice month here generally because the temperature is just perfect, while August and September can be really humid and hot. However, the waves are still really good.
Super good.
Yeah.
Consistent swell coming in.
Yes.
And if you're lucky, you might get some typhoon swell.
Exactly.
So late summer.
What is a typhoon?
Typhoon is a storm, basically, that usually forms around Southeast Asia and shoots up all the way to Russia, basically.
Exactly.
And
so it's hurricanes outside the Pacific Ocean, or like on the Pacific Ocean, that creates those swells that are eventually traveling all the way to Japan to create those beautiful swells that we get here in the fall.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Winter time though, it's quite flat, right?
It gets quite flat.
Yeah.
It's usually around like, knee high ish.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good when it's like stomach high.
Yeah.
But don't recommend for like more than intermediate surfers.
Exactly. But it's very sunny and nice here.
It's sunny and nice during the winter.
But it's cold.
Yep.
It's about 10 degrees.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like we live down in the south of Japan, called Miyazaki. It comes to winter. When it comes to winter, like if you guys are surfers, you love to shred, right? And I believe a lot of you guys either snowboard or ski, and Japan is more for those winter snow sports.
During the winter of Japan,
Yep.
between December and February, go to Hokkaido and shred on your
Or
snowboard.
Nagano,
Or
yeah.
Nagano.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to surfing,
You're gonna get
definitely-
head high powder snow.
Yeah, exactly. So surfing is spring and fall.
You're
pretty
gonna
much.
get barreled
All right.
in a powder snow.
So let's talk about the waves, huh?
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. So you've been surfing in Japan for 3 seasons. How do you see any difference of our waves comparing to California and Hawaii.
Yes, so here in Miyazaki is more beach breaks. Surfing in California, you can have more like you surf from a peak, rocks sticking out, rocks going out, so you have more of those long, nice waves.
Point breaks.
Point breaks, exactly. You have point breaks in California, and in Hawaii you have reefs that also create point breaks. So for longboard, here you kind of have to surf on a river mouth instead. So yeah, 100% beach break. However, if you're a shortboarder and you're looking for pipeline kind of deal,
Barrels.
you can find it here. You can find barrels here. Is it as good as pipeline? Pipeline is pipeline, but you will definitely find nice barrels through the beach breaks here during typhoon season.
Yep.
Yes. So yeah, beach break. When it comes to longboarding, you can enjoy some river mouth in a very public spaces. You can have a very nice chill surf, but don't expect those long, beautiful waves that you get from a point break.
Yeah, you gotta be ready for. You gotta be able to nose ride on beach breaks.
Yeah, exactly. And people do that. It works 100%.
Sure,
well. Yeah.
You gotta walk to the tip like very quick.
Yeah. So when it comes to the waves, what would you recommend for beginner, intermediate, and advanced? So let's start with beginner.
Good question. Okay, for beginner surfers, I think they can go anywhere in Japan, anywhere along the Pacific Ocean, because as we said, they are mostly the beach breaks and, whitewash, soft sand.
Exactly. And down here in like around Ashima area, the current is not too bad. It's quite safe, and especially, typhoon season, maybe not, but the other months it's very nice to come here as a beginner. Pretty much year round you can be here and catching some good knee-high waves for sure.
And those public beaches got rental shops that are renting out sponge boards.
Yeah,
exactly. Costco wave storms.
And you can even find...
You can find your Costco board.
Yeah, you can find your Costco board, and you can also find surf lessons too. So down here in Aoshima in Miyazaki, it's a great place for a beginner to start surfing.
And the cultural experience is the bonus. Is it even a bonus, or they should come here for Japan's cultural experience?
I mean,
and
if
waves are the bonus.
Yeah. I will say like what's special coming here and surf is that you get to explore the Japanese culture at the same time. You have amazing food, special shrines, and then you also have the onsens. And onsen is those hot springs that we talked about earlier. So what is really special, especially in the winter, you can jump in the ocean, surfing some nice waves.
It gets cold during the winter.
Yeah, it gets really cold. So then going on and jump into an onsen, volcano water hot springs is one of the most special things you can do
After surf
here.
onsen is something that you can only experience in Japan.
Yeah.
Well, after shredding, after snowboarding, skiing onsen would be good too.
Really nice.
Yeah.
So what about intermediates?
Okay, intermediate surfers, they can definitely enjoy in Japan. Intermediates who are comfortable surfing like chest, head high, like slightly overhead, they should consider coming to Japan during the fall. September, October.
I mean, you can come during the surf season. So if you want to explore Japanese spring, March, April, May, you can also surf. Like you can also explore really good surfing on that period of time too. So spring is super nice. Fall is guaranteed surf.
Yeah, fall's quite guaranteed, very consistent, and chest, head, sometimes overhead. So intermediate surfers would be able to enjoy the actual surf here.
Yeah, exactly.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. And lastly, what about professionals?
Experts, for the expert surfers. So if you are traveling out just looking for great waves that go miles and miles, or big barrel tube riding, Japan may not be the place. However, if you are open to explore, if you're open to bet for some chance and open for the cultural experience, like I still recommend coming to Japan. But
100% come and hit the typhoon season around September-ish. That's when you can get those pipe waves in some places here. Is it gonna be as good as pipe? Not really, but it for sure is gonna give you a great experience. Actually, we have a guy here, grown up in Miyazaki, that competed at Pipe Master and did a really good job.
2023.
Yeah, 2023. So you can find pipe waves here for sure, and some good point breaks for short borders. With really good barrels during this typhoon season, I will definitely recommend professionals coming here too. Can you find better ways somewhere else? Maybe, but it's all about the swell, and it's kind of the last minute call.
Yeah, of course. Like you have to be. You always have to be lucky, and
yeah, you depends on the season a little bit too. Like each year, everywhere depends. It's a good year, bad year, amazing year. And for me, like I experienced like not so good first year, but then my second year, like it got so much better than the previous one. So you never really know.
Yep. If you're not quite stoked surfing in Japan, you can easily fly out to Indo.
Yeah.
You're already in Asia, so
yeah. Well, it's still a great experience to be here.
Yeah.
So let's talk about our next topic, surf culture.
Yeah. Okay. So you've been surfing in quite a lot of places, Josephine.
Yes.
Did you see any difference or unique things when it comes to our surfing culture in Japan?
So Japan as a culture generally do care a lot about rules and respect, and I think people are less aggressive here when it comes to trying.
Are we chill?
More chill, but at the same time you have to think about rules more.
Are you talking about the surf ethic?
Yeah, the surf ethics. So whatever you go as a surfer, or whatever you go to trying to surf, always YouTube the surf ethics.
Do we even have the same surf ethique comparing to the Western world?
100%.
We are in Asia. We may be different a little bit.
Surf ethiques are same everywhere.
Same
it's
here.
Common sense, common rules, and it is not easy, honestly. Like you actually need to kind of look up beforehand surf ethiques generally to kind of understand how to surf in a safe way, because like a lot of places are crowded, and if you don't know those ethiques, like it can actually get quite dangerous, and people get pissed off. And even here in Japan, people get pissed off if you don't follow the rules.
Right.
But I think here, like I feel like here they do care about the rules a little bit more. Like when depends where you are in California though. Like when I was around campus, UCSB, like then the rules like kind of matter, but didn't matter that much, like some people were very eager to catch every wave, especially some shortboarders trying to drop in all the time, and that got a little bit difficult. While in Hawaii, like Hawaii is about respect, man. Like that is just about knowing the rules. And depends where you are though. If you're in a very tourist area, people will make mistakes. But Hawaii is also a lot about a locals on the wave, you move. That is also a very important thing.
You don't want to drop in on a Hawaiian uncle.
No, definitely not. Here in Japan is...
we don't get uncle.
You
we
do.
Don't get uncles,
You have,
do we?
Yes, you do. Definitely. Like where I've been surfing, you have this older crew waking up every Saturday morning with a bonfire, and they go out and surf, and you better have good respect for them. Yeah, they're lovely people.
Yeah.
And they're more of a group that hangs out than, I would say it's more like groups hanging out a little bit in the water. And as a foreigner, you kind of have to just look out, like say hi and be nice and follow the rules, and you'll be all fine. Like
okay.
I've been surfing myself in for a while now, and I think the people has been really great here.
I got one question, Josephine. Okay, so I believe a lot of foreigners are watching this video. Okay, so you as a foreigner, basically like very different looking human being in this country. Okay, do you feel that you have been treated differently than other like Asian looking people like me?
Well, generally yes, in a way that when I go in the water, actually here in Miyazaki, around countryside of Japan, it's like people are looking at you more, and you cannot, without wanting to, take more space. Cannot take the breath out of the room sometimes, and I kind of felt that when I started surfing here. And a lot of people in the water are curious, but some people are also watching you and make sure that you follow the ethique, right?
Of course.
And yeah, I have to surf my way in on this particular spot.
Right.
To, people were welcome for sure, but I also have to be aware of my surroundings a lot here and kind of see like, okay, how do they surf here and what is the important ethics here.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's so different. When I surfed Waikiki or Diamond Head, I was a
In
tanned
Hawaii?
Asian. Yeah, in
Yeah.
Hawaii. I could be looking like a local guy, right? Just because I'm Asian and tanned, Asian Hawaiian, and I felt like a lot of people kind of gave me waves in Waikiki and Diamond Head just because I might look like a local.
Yeah.
I didn't claim that. Hi, my name's Akimo.
No. But it definitely, Hawaii has a completely different culture when it comes to that, and it's too much to go into now. But I think with like my look here in Japan, like I look like a tourist. So first impression is she's a tourist. Then I've been here a bit longer. They realize, oh, she lives here, and people start to ask me like, hey, where are you from, and what's your name, and yeah, I live here with my husband, and so on. So after a while, like, people kind of want to get to know you, because it is a community. When you are out there every day surfing, like, you becoming part of the community, and the community kind of want to get to know you, and so on. And I think, and kind of check that you respect the community rules a little bit. Japan is a country of respect and rules in a good way. It's not about putting you place, it's more about just follow the vibes
harmony
here. The harmony, yeah. There you go. The harmony.
Okay, so if they are visiting surfer from outside Japan, like they should be fine, right? In Japan surfing,
they should be fine, but whatever you go surfing somewhere, go to the public spaces, go to good surf breaks that are known. Don't go into local spots and where
you guys won't find
you
the
won't
local
find them
spots
anyway.
anyways. Like,
but if you find yourself in a local spot and someone say, hey, this is a local spot, you need to move, you actually need to move.
Yeah, like same as the rest of the world, I think.
However, if you are following the surf ethics, you're very knowledgeable about it, you're respectful, you come to a you come to a public spot, you are completely fine. And if someone would give you shit, even if you follow the ethics as good as anyone else,
they're the angry person.
They are the angry person
anywhere in the world.
You will meet the angry person wherever you go.
If you're unlucky.
Yeah, if you're unlucky, and honestly, you're fine, man. Like, you are fine. You're good, and
that kind of cooks everywhere, you know.
Exactly. It's
if you go to a local spot, it may be different, but if you are yelling in a public spot for just normal surfer, you're just cooking around, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, those surfers still exist in Japan, but you should be fine.
You should be fine. Exactly.
Yep.
So yeah.
Right on.
Right
okay,
on.
so let's wrap up.
Yeah, let's wrap up.
Okay. In conclusion, all right, I'm Japanese. Josephine is from Sweden. Surfing in Japan is super amazing in terms of the wave quality, as well as our the cultural experience. So if you're thinking about coming to Japan as a surf trip destination, yes, Japan can be very good for you. Especially if you are up to intermediate, you can have fun on the waves and also the Japanese experience in the Japanese culture.
Seasons are in spring and fall, and waves are beach breaks. You will have a great time here with the culture if you research the surf fatigues, which applies everywhere.
Right on. Thank you for your comment, Josephine.
Thank you so much for watching this episode. Follow up for more, and we'll probably talk more about surfing. And
we would love to talk about it more. It was quite fun, huh?
It is really fun, and now it's a little bit basic, and how to follow tics and so on. But I like to dig in more about our experience generally about surfing.
Yeah, let's do it. But if you guys are curious about surfing in Japan or some questions about Japan, please leave some comments so we can come up with some interesting topics for the future episodes.
Exactly, and if you are watching and interested in learning English, please click on the link below that will follow you to an online service. Thank you so much.
Right on. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, try to crack open cold beer and we see if it works.
Yes, it's working. It's working. There you go, finally.
All right.